Australian fashion designer over the moon following victory in Katy Perry legal battle. A Sydney apparel designer who defeated U.S. music diva Katy Perry in a court battle says she is over the moon with the decision. The first lawsuit involving a trademark owned by Katy Jane Taylor, who designs and markets clothing under the name Katy Perry, was filed in June 2009. Katy Jane Taylor uses her birth name in this context. Since 2006, Ms. Taylor has been running her own fashion line, which she refers to as blood, sweat, and tears that allowed her to realize a goal. In a decision issued Wednesday, the court determined that the designer had partially succeeded on her charges of trademark infringement last Friday. She told ABC News that when Perry's representatives first sent her a cease and desist letter in June 2009, she was working 2 jobs to make ends meet. The night before a sizable launch party, she had barely opened her showroom, and she recalls finding empty champagne bottles all throughout. I had gone to the PO box and picked up this large document in the mail, and while I was reading it, tears began to fall down my face. I believed I would lose everything. In 2019, Ms. Taylor filed a lawsuit against Perry for allegedly violating her trademark while selling goods in Australia. Ms. Taylor said it was not the best time to juggle a legal matter because she was also caring for a 3-month-old baby at the time. She stated that she was over the moon when the verdict was announced last Friday. I was simply saying, we've won, and I was fist pumping up and down the room, she recalled. Ms. Taylor claims that during the processes, she was harassed, ridiculed, and mocked, and that she and her children received death threats from unidentified individuals. She remarked, "Truth and justice are among my values, so I knew I had to defend what is right, stand up for small business, Australian law, and also for my trademark." Perry made offensive comments about Ms. Taylor in the court case that were discovered in an old email conversation. Ms. Taylor is now saddened by the comments, which were discovered 10 years later. "That was really heartbreaking," Ms. Taylor said. "To think that someone would say some really horrible things about me who doesn't even know me." In December 2019, Perry's legal team also filed a counterclaim against Ms. Taylor in an effort to have her trademark revoked. Ms. Taylor expressed concern that the future of her loungewear label would be destroyed if the cross-claim is successful. "I was in a holding pattern throughout this entire process, constantly worrying that if the cross-claim was successful, I would have to either shut down my company or completely rebrand it." Since the COVID-19 lockdowns, Ms. Taylor has relocated to a home in Sydney's Hunters Hill. Despite this, she continues to sell at pop-up markets and at the Rocks Markets, which are located close to Sydney Opera House. She has referred to the conflict as a David v. Goliath battle over the last 13 years. "I realize how lucky I am. Small business matters is the key message I want to get out to everyone," Ms. Taylor added. "We all matter, regardless of how big or tiny our businesses are, whether you're a mother with young children or a famous pop sensation." The defense team for Perry chose not to comment on the decision.